Hey, okay, I have another insect bug story. I don't actually have too many of these, or maybe I have more than I think. You know, when people think about Africa, you know, a lot of the work that I've done has been in a couple of countries in Africa. You know, we're always afraid of the bugs and the insects and stuff. So, and I've been terrible with bugs my whole life. When I was a child, we would have these different picture books, and I remember the books that had spiders in them. I couldn't even touch the page, right? I would have to push the page from the corner because I didn't want my finger to touch the picture of that spider or of that insect. But spiders have been particularly to me in the years past. In Western Canada, in August, we get these big house spiders or wolf spiders that come out, and at one time lived in an older house. And the first August that we were there, oh my word, every day we were finding these big spiders, and I've never been good at killing things, ever. I've only just learned in the last few years, or actually probably the last year, that I'm okay kind of smushing these little ants that get into places when I'm overseas. And anyways, I've never been good at killing things. So bugs have kind of always been a bit of a thing for me. And of course, when we think of Africa, we think of a lot of insects and stuff. Now, it actually hasn't been as bad as what I think we imagine it to be. I have a feeling Australia might be worse, actually, quite frankly. But I do have this one story, and it was from my time in Mozambique. I've been thinking a lot about Mozambique lately and realizing how many stories I have from there. Anyway, so we had come to a village. We had come back south on the train, and it was the last pastor and his family in church that we were going to be visiting before heading back to Beira and before I would be going home. I think we'd been in the country almost 3 weeks at that point. My time there was 3 weeks in total. So we get to this pastor and his wife, beautiful people. Oh my goodness, like so stunningly beautiful in the Lord. Really, really beautiful hearts and spirit and joy and gladness, and it was such a pleasure to stay there with them. They had put up a bit of a grass shelter for a bathing area. I don't think they had that there beforehand because it looked pretty new, but they had put that up because I was coming, I have a feeling. Down the path, a bit past this bathing enclosure, was a little round hut toilet. Now, the round huts there's something really lovely about them. I've stayed in quite a few round huts over the years with the thatch roofs, and they're really cool. They're cool in the day, right? And they stay warm at night, and there's just something about those round walls that's really, really amazing, actually. And so this toilet was a round hut in miniature with a thatch roof. The cutest little thing. I have a picture of it. Maybe I'll put a picture of it along with this post. But anyways, we arrived at midday, and of course I used the toilet in the day, and you know, it's just fine. A pit toilet, right? It was just this lovely little thing. So we had traveled quite a ways that day, and so we were tired, and we all rested that afternoon. I fell asleep on a mat under the mango tree in the front yard of the pastor's home, and slept so long that it was getting dark when I got up. In fact, it was quite late. The church service that evening, I don't think it was until about midnight, in fact, because we didn't get back until about 1 or 2 in the morning. So anyways, time tends to stand still in these travels and ministry times. I don't really pay attention to a watch because there's no need. You just sort of go thing by thing, journey by journey, right? Gathering by gathering. So all I knew was that we had gotten back in the early morning hours. So the story I'm about to tell you must have been quite late, probably about 10 p.m. or something. So I had woken up from my nap, and I needed to go to the washroom. So I'd already used this really, really cute little round hut toilet, and so I head down the path with my flashlight, and I get there, and it did have a door, so I swing the door open. Now you have to understand, to swing the door open, the thatch comes down, so you're kind of stooped to get under the thatch. This would be the same on the homes, most of the homes as well, because part of it is the lower the thatch comes, the cooler the inside of it stays, from, I think, is kind of what that is. Anyway, so you're sort of stooping to get under the edge of the thatch, and then, you know, opening the door. So I remember I opened the door and I put, you know, I've got my flashlight just so I can see where I'm going, and into that space goes my light, and all these spiders, dozens of them. I would almost say hundreds, I can't accurately tell. So my flashlight heads in, and all these spiders go, and then of course I see them and I go, and then they go, and then I go, and needless to say, I did not use the bathroom that night, the toilet. I think I waited. I don't know. I don't remember if I waited or if I used the grass across this path. I think I did that later after the church service. Anyways, I left. I did not use the toilet at that time. And then not too long after that, it's time to go to the church service. So we all began trucking down another path. The church at this particular place was benches under a big mango tree. It was amazing. I had been in so many hot, stuffy churches for so many ministry times, and I always wondered, in these beautiful countries, why aren't we sitting under a mango tree? So church was under a mango tree that night. It was amazing. They had brought a chair along for me, I think. So we're sitting there waiting for other people to arrive. It had taken about a 20-minute walk to get there. It wasn't, you know, right next door to the pastor's house, but again, just a lovely little walk. So I'm sitting on this chair and we're waiting. And within a split second, this all happened very fast, I felt something on my neck, and I reached up and I went like this. Now, I did not see what it was, but I could feel the imprint of this very big spider on my hand. And I turned to Whiskey, my translator, and I said, I think there was a spider on me. And I could feel it on my hand for a couple of hours. And so, you know, it's one thing to have had this thing on me, and I can't even prove it, of course. I didn't see it. I didn't see anything go anywhere. It was just this, okay, there's something on me, get it off, and oh my goodness, what was that? But if it was one of those, like, big spiders from the toilet, it must have been on me for a while. And who knows where it was on me. And oh my gosh, I still get the heebie-jeebies today, even as I tell the story. But, so the juxtaposition, right? This little, beautiful, round hut toilet, like one of the nicest toilets I've ever seen or sort of had the pleasure of using in rural Africa. And then these ginormous spiders that were in it. And, of course, the hilarity that they were as scared of me as I was as scared of them. But, oh my. You know, I've learned, I knew this before this time, but somehow I forgot it that night. You just don't shine your light around in Africa after dark, actually. Many things are better left unknown. So, you know, I travel with a mosquito net, and a mosquito net isn't really for the mosquitoes. Sometimes it is. Sometimes the mosquitoes are so bad. But often I've been taking malaria medicine, and often I'm getting tons of mosquito bites in the daytime. You know, of course I don't want my sleep woken up by mosquitoes, so often it's just for that. But actually a mosquito net is more for the critters and the spiders, so that I can sleep peacefully and know nothing's going to be clambering on me. But oh my gosh, that lovely little toilet in Mozambique with those big spiders, and then the thought that I probably had one on me for a while. Oh, who wants to come with me on a trip?